It's almost an assumption that I am not in touch with my own ethnicity. They think that I'm not Afrocentric. They think that I want to be more European because of the choice of how I want to wear my hair. And so it's really funny that you experience what it was like to be on the other side, where people think like, oh, you have straight hair, so you must be intelligent.
For decades, women have been on the quest for perfectly pin straight hair. We'll use chemical relaxers, flat irons, blow dryers, basically anything that we can get our hands on. And for the longest time, it was the only acceptable way to wear your hair, regardless of your texture. Natural hair was still not embraced as it is today. This sentiment was even worse for women of color with curlier and kinkier textures. Achieving these bone-straight styles was possible, thanks in part to the Dominican blowout. Why is the Dominican blowout, as it's commonly known, so popular amongst Black and Latinx women? For many women, their earliest memories of getting their hair washed and roller set was in a Dominican hair salon with ladies chatting in Spanish, listening to merengue and Telemundo blasting on the TV. In this episode of Maine, we'll dive into the reasons behind our obsession with straight hair. Here to talk straight hair with me are Phaedra, Kadeen, Alana, and Milagros. Hello, everyone. Welcome. I'm really excited today to talk about hair straightening. Let's start with childhood. And Kadeen, you're from Panama.
Yeah.
When's the first time you encountered hair straightening?
Probably around 3 or 4, maybe 5 tops. But I think actually my grandmother started, I think, with the flat iron or, the hot comb. Mm-hmm. And that was the worst because, you're always like, your ear, and then you have the little scar on your ear. But then it started from the hot comb and then it went to the relaxer. And I did relaxer straight through until college, honestly. And that's when I was just like, all right, I've had enough of this.
Milagros, lovely curly hair. Tell me what your background is and then culturally, the significance of hair straightening growing up for you.
So I am Puerto Rican, and I feel like I grew up just, always straightening my hair, like straight out the womb type, It was just regular. Every Saturday, my mom would take me to the salon. All right, let's go do your hair. And it just started off as blowouts, just regular roller set, washing set. And then when I got to 6th grade, that's when I started relaxing my hair.
Normally, I wear my hair curly, but growing up, it was naturally curly, but it was too poofy. So I would get pressed, and then by the time I was 13, moved up to relaxers.
No, when you started straightening, was that like an influence of your mom, your community? Did women around you have straight hair? Why did you?
Everyone had straight hair. Yeah, and I just wanted long, flowing hair.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, sounds good. Let's go.
I feel like all of us at some point wanted to be able to toss your hair, right?
Totally. It's the hair flip. It's the hair flip we all wanted when we were 7. Milagros, how often do you straighten your hair?
So the last time I straightened it was in November of last year.
Okay.
I always used to do it every other week.
And let's talk about the process. What's the day of the week? Where are you?
Yeah, so it would be Saturdays, right? I would make the appointment Saturday morning because I didn't want to wait. I just wanted to go in, get out. I would wait for my stylist. I had one particular Dominican lady, and then she would wash it. She would deep condition it. The deep conditioner, she would rinse it out, comb it, then she would put the rolos in, and then I would be under the dryer for an hour and a half. And I hated that time. I was like, wow, do I really need this? Do I really want straight hair? And I was like, yeah, I do actually, so I'm gonna stay under. And then I would get out and, she would just blow dry it straight.
I did not know about Dominican blowouts until I moved to New York.
Right.
Maybe it's not a secret, but that many people have experienced going to Dominican hair salons, that they put relaxer in the conditioner.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
That's a thing?
Yeah. See, I knew someone would, people would know and people would not know. That is.
In the conditioner?
Yeah. If Elise comes in whose hair is very thick and, very, they're not gonna wanna
Strain themselves.
Dominican salon is about let's get in, get out. It's like an assembly line.
Yeah. This is nice. So that was me shortly after Phaedra had straightened it. As soon as I walked out, it very much felt like this. The first thing that I was really surprised about was I felt left out of the natural hair circle. I would walk around, and I don't notice it. I'd walk around and you see women with locks or curls, and it's like this, like, oh, hey girl, we smile, we have this cute moment with each other.
Yeah.
But now I have straight hair, it's like, oh, I'm not in the club, you guys don't know.
No, you're not.
Me too.
No. It's funny you say that because as a person that does not often wear my hair in its natural state, I started experiencing this when I went to college, just the complete alienation from my sisters who are natural. And it's almost an assumption that I am not in touch with my own ethnicity. They think that I'm not Afrocentric. They think that I want to be more European because of the choice of how I want to wear my hair. And so it's really funny that you experience what it was like to be on the other side where people think like, oh, you have straight hair, so you must be intelligent.
Living in Panama and with what was pretty women with long flowing hair, you know, who were not my complexion.
Right.
You know what I mean? It was certainly not women that look like me. And so if you want to be beautiful and commercials are all selling you this thing, then that's what you want to be. But like, there is something to be said when you think that straight and long is better, when that's troubling to me. Like when our hair naturally doesn't do that and you don't think that your natural beauty is okay, then that's where I'm like, well, where did that come from?
I have dated people before that have met me when my hair was in a weave, and subconsciously, I knew it was time to take the weave out, but I felt like a little mini panic, like, dun-dun, like they're gonna see me. Are they going to still like me with my real hair? Are they gonna look at me strange because, you know, my hair is now shorter? You're right, it's not just in the States, it's everywhere. If you go, you know, even if you grow up in the West Indies, you want straight hair. Now in 2018, Black culture, African culture is now the status quo.
Because we've spoken so much about what happens within the Black community and perceptions within the Black community, how we grew up. Where, from your perspective, does the Latinx community stand on blow dry versus natural hair?
I still get remarks. The Dominican men are just looking at me like, what? Like, you would look so much beautiful if, like, you know, you straighten your hair out. It all goes back to the whole Western and Hollywood and what they see on TV and what they see in Telemundo.
When who you are and what you look like is shunned for so long, and you work so hard to be something else, right? To straighten it and do whatever, and then you come back or you decide that this is the place that I want to go to, there is this big sense of pride.
Is there an issue around straightening hair? Is there an issue around blowouts? Or is it more so the perception from everyone else? And if so, what can be done about changing the perception?
Your hair's your crown, you know what I mean? And you should rock that crown whatever way you want to. And I think that if we all just embrace our own beauty and say that there is no right standard of beauty.
Hair is an accessory. You can wear it curly, you can blow dry it, you can slick it back, and it's serious, but it's not that serious.
It's identity for some people, though.
Yeah, true. Yeah, hair has become very political, but I think if we could also just embrace the fun and how we present ourselves, you know, easier said than done.
Of course.
But it's a start. It's baby steps.
Yeah.